Welcome to DIY with Steve. Now today we're going to be going through a couple of basic tools that every person doing DIY around the house, I would suggest you have. Now some of these might not necessarily be things that you have. You don't have to run out and buy them, but they do come in handy. So let's delve in. First of all, basic toolbox. A lot of people buy toolboxes and they're quite small, and they're the small steel ones. I tend to find something that's a little bit bigger can house a little bit more, a bit easier to control and a bit easier to carry around. If you're as fussy as me and you have nuts and screws and bolts and stuff lying everywhere, I tend to have fishing tackle box. Works really well because that way you can have your nuts, your screws, your rivets, small hinges and everything else lying around. This way they're all in one spot and it's easy to carry. You don't have to carry boxes everywhere. So, tools. Now, I tend to like Ryobi because that's what I've used for years. Over here, you have a Ryobi pair that you can pick up. It's a standard drill and an electric screwdriver. Okay, both of these are quite handy. They come with one battery between them, which is currently on the screwdriver, and it comes with the chargers and everything else. So you can pick them up as a kit. Now, if you're in Australia, it's Bunnings you can pick them up from, but I'm pretty sure in other countries you have Walmart, like in the US or something like that, you can get it from as well. Now, handsaw. I tend to keep it in the sheath, that way it keeps the teeth nice and sharp and protected. That is a wood handsaw. It's really good when you're doing small work jobs and everything else. Obviously, as you start doing more woodwork jobs around the house, you can go for an electric saw, you can go for a jigsaw, so there's lots of other things that you can do. Now, not forgetting safety. Always have safety glasses in your house for when you're doing your DIY jobs, because you do not want to get anything in your eyes. It will not help you later on in life. Metal saw. Teeth. Blades are interchangeable. To the side, you can pick them up. Usually Stanley produce a very good one. This is a very old Stanley one that I've got. It falls apart really well. You've got different angles. You've got a 45-degree cutting angle. You can have it on, or you can have it vertical. Okay, so that's a choice you've got. Stilson. I usually like having two sizes of Stilsons. Again, Stanley make a really good Stilson. They last quite a long time. They're good to use. My second Stanley Stilson, I don't know where it is. I will find it because I do want to use it. The good thing about it is it's adjustable, so you can adjust it out, and I think it goes to usually about 28mm of bolt. Okay, which is quite handy all the way down to 6mm bolt, but it's a slight overkill. This is why you have two sizes. Standard set of pliers. Now these are Sid Chrome. These pliers I have had since I was 18. Obviously I'm a lot older now, so. Nose pliers. Wire cutters. Not many people have this in the toolbox. It's for pruning in your garden, but that way I know it's with my tools and it's always kept clean and lubricated and everything else to make sure it doesn't rust. Screwdrivers. Now, two types of screwdrivers. You have flathead, which is that one. You have a Phillips head, which is that one. It's always good to have two sizes of these in your house because you tend to have small screws and large screws, and if you use the wrong screwdriver on your small screws or your large screws, you'll either damage the screwdriver or you'll damage the screw, and then it becomes a pain in the ass to get it out. Very, very small set, combination set, again, Stanley, of small screwdrivers that you can use when it comes to doing things like watches, etc., and everything else. Small spirit level. Luckily, it's magnetic, which is good, because if you stick it, it stays, which works really well. Stanley trimmer. Very sharp. Always buy extra blades. This one's good because this one actually has extra blades in the backing, but I have cut myself with this thing so many times because you just forget that you haven't put the blade away properly, but now I make sure I put it away properly and it's fully retracted. Measuring tape. Stanley. Could say that I have shares in Stanley, but I don't. Very good measuring tape. Millimeters only. You can get tapes that give you inches as well as millimeters. If you work in inches, I don't. Hammer. Multiple sizes. I tend to usually keep this for household use. The other ones are just a little bit too big. Lubricant. I tend to use Inox because Inox not only lubricates, it also protects the steelwork behind it. So that's a really good thing to use. We have rechargeable torches. We found the SP brand to be quite good because it's wireless charging. It comes with a magnetic backing, which you can clip it onto. And that's your charging dock as well, but you get two sizes. The good thing about it is you can stand them up. Plus the base, again, is magnetic. So you can stick it to stuff, which is really good. Now, two things. Always have, for cleaning up, a bag of cloths, which you can get from anywhere. And obviously your household dustpan and brush. Because when you do work with your steel work or anything else, you always end up having filings, and that way you can actually clean it. Cable ties. This is just one size of cable ties. So this is 150mm by 3.6. They're small ones. You can actually get cable ties that are like an assortment pack. Again, from Bunnings, most of your DIY places. The assorted pack's probably a good idea for people who don't do a lot of work. I tend to do a lot. Mainly the small stuff, which is hence why I've got it. Pencils. Always have pencils. And markers, because how else are you going to measure and do your jobs? Not many people have this in their toolbox. Now, when you're drilling holes, two options. You can buy individual packs like this. So that's a masonry bit. These two are Sutton steel tool bits. Sutton tool drills are really good. I tend to use them. They last a long time. They stay very sharp. The other option is what they class as a Sutton pack of masonry tool bits. The good thing about this is it actually has the roll plug colors at the bottom. So if you buy a green roll plug, guess what? You're using the 6.5 drill bit that's associated with it in the pack. These are really good. That way you actually have every size that you require. So all of this stuff here will fit into this toolbox very easily. Now, with this toolbox, it's really good as well because you actually have a clip at the top where you can keep your pencils or you can keep your drill bits. You've got a couple of small compartments on one side and another couple of small compartments on the other, which means you can lock your items in there and they're not going to fall out. Just put this away. Now, also has very good locks on it, so you won't actually have it flicking out. It's a bit dirty. It has a tray at the top which you can pull out, and then it has a nice big storage container underneath. Very handy, very versatile, and I would definitely recommend it as a starting point. You can also have a bag, which I don't have at the moment. It's on its way. It's a tool bag, old style. It rolls up, you put your tools in the slots, rolls up nicely. Very good to use in caravans, cars, and everything else, especially if you're doing a lot of off-roading and traveling and everything else. So, like and subscribe. If you like the content, hit the bell icon to get notifications when new posts are put up, and good luck with your DIY, and we'll catch you in the next video.